Now I'm ready when you are.
You recording right now?
Yep.
Recording in progress.
Well, Frank's not here. He was here for the Patreon show, and then he's back in the hospital. He sent me a picture, and I said, "Are you okay?" He goes, "Don't worry about that. I have a meeting with HBO Max about a cartoon." Watch the Patreon episode. Frank supposedly has a cartoon idea he stole from Bobby, but says it's his own, pitched it to somebody, and now he wants me to take the meeting while he's in the hospital, but I don't know what the cartoon's about because I didn't pay attention to anything. But Frank's not dead, but he should be dead soon. And sorry, Silk City Hot Sauce, for not doing the commercial for you, but don't worry, no one's going to watch a show that was all about a hooker. But if you like hookers and deep dives into hookers, watch the Patreon episode. Bobby, take it away.
That's right. Frank's 80 years old and probably going to be dead soon. Your dreams do come true. Normally, we have guests on that are like our friends or like, someone you can just kind of forget about. The Dan Browns of the world, the people who might have been involved in the insurrections, the Mike O'Donnells of the world. But joining us tonight, Jesse, give me a beat while I do this. Joining us tonight are two folks who you're going to want to get to know very well. One is my go-to background. She's one of our favorite fans and compound/comedian personalities. And the other is the funniest comedian coming out of New Jersey. He came onto my map when he smoked me in a roast battle I was completely unprepared for. But he'll come onto yours, hopefully via the Pat Oates Show. Joining us tonight is Jesse Montanez and Smokey Brooks. What's going on? Thanks, Jesse. That was actually a pretty sick beat.
That was really good. Yeah, best beat so far, I think.
You took a lot of shots at other guests for no reason in the beginning of that, though. Yeah, Jesse, great beat. Nice. These are two wonderful guests. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But
fact, go on.
But why take the shots at Dan Brown, friend of the show, Mike O'Donnell, friend of yours and friend of the show, and guys brought us more guests to the show and filled in for you when you got pissy.
Okay, when you phrase it like that, sure, I sound like the bad guy. But when you take all the facts into play, which is A, Dan Brown comes on every episode and tries to steal my fucking job and undermine my authority as co-host. And then
never does that.
I said that last week, and you were like, the real person trying to do it is Mike O'Donnell. So
right.
You come for the king, you better come correct, right, Jesse? You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, I'm asking, is this Mike O'Donnell from Texas? Is this Mike O'Donnell?
No, it's from Central Pennsylvania.
Okay, because there's this weird New Jersey guy called Mike O'Donnell, and he was like from Texas, and then he would always talk to us about moving to Chechnya and selling insurance.
I like that guy.
One day he just disappeared. So we think he all moved everyone thinks he moved to Chechnya. Which is random. So I was like,
he's gonna sell insurance in Chechnya.
So apparently you can, they just need people to sell shit there. Like in Eastern Europe, nobody does that. So you can just work on a weird schedule and then live for like $1 a day.
And why aren't people that live there sell stuff?
They're not.
I have no idea. They probably suck at it. Yeah,
Oh, so would we, because we don't speak the language.
I don't know. He's a fast talking Texas man.
Yeah,
like he can talk circles around those guys.
Dude,
come on.
Maybe that's the thing in Chechnya. They're like, yo, Americans know good value. If an American's trying to sell you it, he's an honest person. They've never done anything bad in the rest of the world that would reflect negatively.
Yeah, but there's two things that Texas people use to sell things. It's Southern drawl, which they won't understand at all, or that good old-fashioned racism, which they won't like at all over there. So both those things won't happen.
I think the Chechens love some good old-fashioned racism.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure, but I think they would appreciate it.
And that Southern charm, that has no language.
Oh, yeah.
That's just like a worldly language.
I guess it is like music. You're right.
I don't know what he's saying, but I'm gonna buy it.
And as long as you're picking the right group to hate on, you and the Chechens could be very racist together. It's just you got to pick the right demo.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't a Texas guy hate Chechens?
You know what he loves more than racism? Money.
Oh yeah, he does. But he likes oil, like black gold Texas tea. That's what he likes.
Well, this Mike O'Donnell would like drugs. So
he might be the same Mike O'Donnell.
Yeah, there's a chance it's the same Mike O'Donnell.
Oh man.
All Mike O'Donnells like drugs. That is a rule. But
gotta
I want to
agree.
get a bunch of Mike O'Donnells on the podcast. Can we do that, Bobby? Just get every Mike O'Donnell possible
I mean,
and have him on the
probably.
podcast.
Then put their faces on a T-shirt after. It's like another T-shirt idea.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Mike O'Donnell's has a lot of
Yeah.
S's at the end.
A meeting.
I
of the
did that once.
Mikes.
I tried to find all the Pat Oateses on Facebook years ago, and I made a Facebook group, Pat Oateses Unite. And then some of them joined, but some of them are like, we hate this. I'm like, fuck you, get in. And then they didn't want to get in. And then I found a black doctor from Texas named Patrick Oates, and he made like a special kind of defibrillator for like hearts. And he said that whenever he Googled his name to see the new thing he made, he just found me as a comic ahead of him. And I was like, fuck you, Dick. Dick jokes beat hearts all day. So
Yeah.
once a year I message him and toss shit. So it's nice.
Eat shit,
Comedy
Pat.
skills. Yeah.
Fuck
That-
you, Dr. Pat.
That does seem much more reasonable than us doing a podcast with all the Mike O'Donnells of the world, given the fact that neither of our name is Mike O'Donnell.
Yeah, but I like it. We'll change our name
You could change your name.
for the show, not for life.
Then we're just false advertising. We're no better than the fake news that's corrupting everybody's minds, right, Jesse?
Every week you tell people Gattaca's a good movie. That's fake news.
That's not. It's a great movie. Jesse, have you ever seen Gattaca?
Correct?
Have no idea what that is.
Okay, we'll come back to it later.
Good.
All right.
Good.
Sounds
We're
like a
not
good
coming
time.
back to it later. We're not doing it at all. So Jesse, you're a comic out of New Jersey, and Bobby said the best comic out of New Jersey ever.
No,
That's
I mean,
tough. That's
definitely
what he
not
said.
true.
There's a lot of famous comics out of New Jersey.
Yeah.
So
Did I say that?
Bobby's
Yeah.
gonna get you beat up right away.
Did I-
Yeah.
Ever? Best ever? I'll stand by that. Yeah, fuck it.
You said the
Jesse's-
best comic coming out of New Jersey.
Yeah.
Right now I meant like the best up and coming. Here's
Aaron
my
Berg
point.
lives in New Jersey.
Yeah,
Right now.
Aaron Berg lives in New Jersey. Bob
Aaron-
Levy still around somewhere
Aaron-
lurking.
Aaron Berg is established. I'm talking about people that they don't know about yet. And that's what I'm saying. Like in
Not what
3
you
years
said.
from now, Jesse's going to be a common household name. Well, then I'm glad we cleared up the air, Pat, because I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
want to start any beefs with anybody. I'm just
Every
here-
household in America is going to know what my genitals look like, and I'm excited about it.
Yeah,
That's what it's all
your
about.
balls will be all over their walls, baby. It's gonna be
Oh,
great.
yeah. Mwah.
Everybody thought watermelon smashing was played
Smokey,
out
you
till
ever been
Jesse
to New
put his nuts on the
Jersey?
table.
yeah, we're having a weird sound thing. I'm hearing you guys like a second later,
Yeah, I
but
think
we'll
your
continue.
internet's
I
a
just
little
don't want to talk
screwy.
over each other. When I'm talking, we're talking. Yeah, that's all right. We like screwy here. It's fine. But Smokey, you ever been to New Jersey?
I have not.
Yeah. You're not missing anything.
No,
Yeah.
I feel like I am now. Yeah.
No, New York's good. New Jersey's no good. Where I live, Connecticut's no good. Pennsylvania's no good. It's
Oh
just New
no,
York,
I
that's
want to
it.
go to Connecticut before going to New York, I think.
Well, that's just because Jim Stansel's there.
No, it has not. Well, that's a plus.
There
No,
you
but
go,
it's nice
see?
there. It's a lot of cool shit
It's not.
there.
No, there's parts that are
been to
nice. There's
Montreal.
parts that are shitty.
Okay. I
Like
don't know. Like,
everything
I don't
else.
mind going to New York. I'd love to go visit Compound and stuff like that, but I'm not necessarily allured by it. Like, as a lot of people are just seem to want to go to New York. I think I'm from Montreal, so I think that's just basically like New York, but in Canada.
I don't think
Same
anything in
concept.
Canada is like New York. Canada's kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah,
the
not
same.
trying to shit on Montreal, but I've never been to a city that's like New York. It's the only city that's like New York is just New York. There's nothing like it.
Can I quote somebody? Dave Landau. When I met Dave and Ali at Just for Laughs in Montreal, they said, "Oh, it's pretty much like New York here, except a bit cleaner."
Well, Dave's only 4 feet tall, so he hasn't seen all the higher
Oh.
parts of it. So
Yeah.
That is
That's
true.
the
Well, they're
problem.
both very tiny people. Ali's a tiny little lady too, so that's why. Okay, they only got
Yes.
this.
it's all the tiny people. No offense, Bobby. You're huge in stature, so that we don't mean you.
Oh, is Bobby tiny too? Are you
He's
sure?
larger than life, I would say.
Yes,
Okay.
larger than life.
All of those answers better than my own.
Yes. Bobby's like
I'm
Tom
not small
Cruise,
either.
where like, you don't think he's small, but you're like, holy shit, he's small. But he's
Is
also handsome like Tom Cruise.
There you go.
Also
And I
keep-
forgot this.
Also
ahead.
keep women locked up in my house. That's how I
Well, yeah.
do black
Yes,
men.
does?
like Tom Cruise. But
Yeah.
unlike Tom Cruise, you have a huge cock.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have to say that every show.
You
We have to
said it.
say it now because if we don't warn people, and then sometimes when you're watching your camera real close, his dick comes out and hits you in the face. So we have to warn them.
All
It
right,
actually-
a big piece. Good.
Yeah. It fits through. So we don't want it not when I say big, I don't just mean long, it's also girthy. It's like it
Well, girth is what's
travel
important.
with it.
It's actually
Yeah.
mainly girth, less length, if we're being honest.
And
Mm.
that's what's important, I think, to most women.
Like a workable chode. I like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bobby's
Yeah.
actual
You don't need
nickname
to
is
trust
Bobby
me.
the Workable Chode Tamburo. That's actually his nickname. It was in high school. It was like, which would be a fucking pretty good t-shirt, Bobby. I know we haven't made any yet. But Bobby
No,
because I don't like the donkey thing. I think the Workable Chode is a better name.
How long into
Yeah.
them giving you a nickname like that do you just bring a gun to school? Like, do you give 'em
During the giving of the name.
do you give them a day or two of warning, like, hey guys, I really don't like this, or do you just straight start busting? You know, Jesse, how long would you wait if they gave you a nickname like that to shoot up a school?
See, I'm not that kind of guy. See, I'll just take it and become the king. You know, I'll just become the workable chode. I'll just make it my thing, and I'll turn, you know, chicken scratch into pound, dude. That's what it's all about.
That is your
Turn-
like superpower. Nobody can do anything against you. You turn it on them. In
Exactly.
any green room we've hung out with, that's what it's turned into. It's been like 3 times, so I don't want to oversell
Exactly.
it. But
You can hit me, but the thing is, I don't go down. That's
no,
my skill.
it's like jujitsu. You take their momentum and use it against them.
Exactly. I'm just, you know, that fighter that just keeps getting their head knocked back, and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with him? That's me.
Not only do I know that fighter, we sponsored that fighter, and we watched him do that in a fight.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Shout out Blaine Shutt fighting again January 29th, representing the Donkey of Comedy. Hopefully this one goes better than the last time. But literally, it was 3 rounds of just going, man, I don't think a human being can get hit that hard. Please stay down, Blaine. You have a daughter. Please, please.
That's where the champions are. The champions are the guys with the massive heads who just don't give up. You just you can't give up.
Bobby, you know why he lost, right? Because he doesn't have a cool nickname like the Workable Chode. That's the problem. If he comes out with that name, no one's going to fight the Workable Chode.
No, I would be worried of the connotations. Oh, he's beating up the workable chode. He's really beating him.
Yep.
He's choking out the
Look at the
chode.
penetration he's getting.
Choking the chode.
And by the way, I like Blaine. He was very nice when he came on, but he couldn't spell chode.
No, Blaine was a good
Oh,
kid,
okay.
but not a smart kid.
No.
He has other superpowers. That's fine.
Yeah, like losing.
But strongly. Like that's all Rocky did. He let a black dude beat him up for 10 rounds and then lost in a split decision, which really wasn't a split. Come on, Jesse, you know boxing. I'm assuming you have a sports podcast.
He got a couple of whites point. You know,
Yeah.
if you're a white guy and you got some spirit, you get a couple of extra points on the card.
Hey,
for being
Bobby.
spunky.
Yeah.
Bobby, if you have to use a fictitious athlete as an example for your friend to be good at stuff, he's not good at stuff. That's like going, you know, Rudy, he's good like Rudy.
You guys remember the dude with the green mohawk who just got beat up for 5 rounds and was so bloody that it went viral? He's like that guy. He didn't go
Okay.
down.
Yeah, that works out better.
Also, Jesse, thank you for teaching me how to explain white privilege to my friends now, my Italian friends. It's like Rocky. You know he lost that. Got a few.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Listen, I love Rocky, but he definitely got a couple of you know, who's like, listen, this white guy's got spunk. White people get the spunk factor that black people don't get.
That is true. That's kind of Rudy's whole thing was he just could get his ass kicked for 4 years.
Hell yeah, dude. But
It's
black
why
people have
why every good college basketball team has a white point guard. Spunk and hustle. That's all it is. Because they're just getting them ready to be a good assistant coach later.
Well, you know, someone needs to dance on. If we didn't have white guys in college basketball, who would make the dances on the bench?
Right. And who would be the shoulders for the black guy to sit on to cut the net down?
Exactly. Exactly.
Smokey, just to catch you up on everything, basketball is a sport played primarily in the United States. School shootings
net,
is
right?
Yeah, exactly. School shootings is what happens when a gun, and I know you guys don't have guns either, but it's
Um,
like a sword that you can shoot with a real small knife that does a
A
lot of
sword
damage.
that you can shoot. They have guns. They just don't shoot people with them.
What's the coffee shop you
well,
have?
you still find out when we do.
Right. Wait. Oh, Tim Hortons. You're trying to say?
Yeah, as frequent as you
sorry.
see a Tim Hortons is as frequent as we see a school shooting down here. It's like our people say
That's
baseball's the American pastime. It's really just shooting up your high school.
Oh Christ! And like Tim Hortons, I would want to avoid that as well. So
Nice.
not.
Does Canada have any mass killings?
I don't know, not like you guys. It's not even comparable. And any killings, you just don't find out about. You don't. It's just we just don't talk. I'm gonna get
Well,
killed for saying this probably, but
'Cause,
we're not loudmouths. So you
without guns, it's so hard to kill a lot of people. It like if imagine it would take like years of bow and arrow practice to even get half as good as a school shooter with
I
no
can
skill.
throw a rock like nobody's business. No, we can like we have that like I do, but I had to pass a target practice and a written test. It's like getting your driver's license. So basically, you have tests to pass before you're allowed to have a handgun or something like that. If not, what you do is you get your hunting permit. So you have rifles. So a lot of people have rifles because it's easier to get a hunting permit than it is
In
to.
2014 in Calgary, there was a mass stabbing.
There you go.
That's
5 people stabbed to death at a house party.
That's weak. That's weak stuff.
With a stabbing, 5. How do the other 4 not move?
Yeah, exactly. Like how I mean
You must have been stoned. I don't know. That's really weird.
just another example of Canada being a watered down version of everything great in England. You know what? They go on like 20-person stabbing sprees, and Canada's like, we can do that too. Here's 5.
Oh, you know how they kill people in Canada? I'm reading this. They run people over a lot.
Are you serious?
Yeah, like
Oh my God.
so in 2018, a Toronto van attack. A van was driven along a Yonge Street sidewalk by Alex Ministan. At least 26 people were injured, including 11 fatally. Just ran them over this van. I kind of like
that's
that.
That's scorned white lady crime. I don't like that crime. That's no good.
An angry middle-aged woman.
But there was a shooting in Nova Scotia in 2020 in multiple locations. So you got a couple.
Yeah.
Another vehicle one in London, Ontario, where a guy ran over a Muslim family.
Like where I live, like in Quebec, it's the town I live to. The country.
Oh, I got you. Don't worry. Quebec kills people too. I'll find you.
No.
Yeah. 2017, Quebec City mosque shooting. Right there. They did it.
You guys got problems with the Muslims.
How'd they get a whole mosque to do a shooting together?
That's crazy.
Normally they like bombs.
Like Jim Jones, yeah.
Islamophobic attack on the Islamic Cultural Center of Quebec City by Alexander Bissonnette. Ultimately charged of terrorism were not brought forth as Bissonnette had acted independently of a terrorist organization. They said, we'll let it go. Like you said, in Canada, like, it's okay.
No, it's the mom and pop's operation. It's fine. Don't worry. Nothing big.
Yeah, that was it for Quebec, I think. Yeah, they didn't have too many. Oh, no. I'm sorry. 1992. Montreal, Quebec. School shooting. You were doing it before we were doing it. 4 killed, 1 injured.
Yeah. I think there was another shooting where some guy went in and shot a whole bunch of women that were taking like a.
Mark Lepine killed 14 women and injured 14 more before taking his own life in a school shooting. Good call. That was 1989. Lennoxville, Quebec in 1985. Part of the Quebec biker war. 4 convicted of first-degree murder.
We're big on bikers here. See, that's.
I love Wikipedia. Just look up Canada mass shootings.
Yeah.
You get a nice list. But I'm not going to look up America. Oh, by the way, in 1972, Montreal, Quebec. Quebec's the murder capital of the world right now. At the Bluebird Cafe. The Bluebird Cafe fire was a nightclub fire in 1972 in Montreal, Quebec, and all 37 people were killed as a result of arson.
Right now, Jesse's so confused. He's like, "Is this a Canadian history podcast? This is not what they pitched me at all." And the
No,
difference,
I'm just proving that Canadians are not as nice as people say.
fair enough, but the difference
No,
is,
but they killed all those guys very politely.
yeah, they
With a fire?
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, I'm gonna light you on fire. And the guy was like, no. I was like, I'm gonna do it.
No. That is a great act. That was a great impersonation right there. No.
sorry about that, eh?
Oh, look, he lit that hoser on fire. He did it. You never, but see, do you know any of those people? Are they like heroes in Quebec? Like the lady who ran people over? She a
No.
hero?
I know I've heard the stories before, but they're not noteworthy. You forget about them.
Yeah, like I forget the name of the guy who shot everyone at Sandy Hook. What was his name?
Yeah.
Alex.
Yeah, we don't get their
Jones.
names out there.
Alex
Jones?
Yep.
Oh yeah, the frog guy. He did it.
because they were putting.
I don't
Dave
remember
Frost in
any
his
of the
water.
serial killers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any good serial killers in Canada?
Oh yeah, what was his name? It was some guy that I wish we had Mike Ward on this podcast. He'd be able to tell you. He talked about him on his. He basically cut up a male, I guess it was a male hooker or something. He had sex with a gay man, and then cut up pieces of his body and just, I think he sent him by mail randomly, either to friends or family members, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. Yeah.
And we have
So that's pretty fucked up.
we have the 1990 Canadians, eh? They were pretty good at hockey. They were killers on the court. And then you've got Drake. He's a serial killer on the beat. Canada's very dangerous, eh?
Yeah, we sent you Bieber because we wanted no part of that.
And we gladly took Beaver.
No, there's a lot of
Clifford
stuff
Olson
about
was your
that.
serial killer, by the way.
Is that it? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And then Robert Picton. You had two good ones. So that's it for
Anything
our
else?
Serial Killers of Quebec podcast. That's what
Because anything else is Hell's Angels related, and you don't really get the full story. So
you guys have them up there?
yeah, they're not as big as they used to be, but yeah, this is every second neighbor that I have here is probably a biker. They're
Oh.
nice. It's fine. They're nice. Just don't bother.
They're not nice. They like to rape a whole bunch.
No.
Bikers love rape.
Canada's
No.
so backwards. In the rest of the world, the Jews control the media. In Canada, it's the Hells Angels. They're like running the productions.
We don't have murders. We have rapes here. Lots of
I
rapes.
thought you were gonna say we don't have Jews here.
I'll move tomorrow.
Go there and sell insurance, Jesse. That's what you can
Yeah.
do. See, it's nice time.
I'll be their first Jew, and they won't even know it.
Amazing.
They will know now.
They'll be
You're on the list of serial killer podcasts.
they'll be completely angry at you for the wrong thing. They'll be
Yeah,
like,
they'll
we
just
gotta
they'll
get
think
him
I'm a
out of
Muslim.
here. Yeah. and then-
Hey, what is this Muslim guy doing over here?
Yeah.
Now,
All right.
Jesse, one thing we
Good.
like to do before we get started is are you Christian? Do you mind me asking, or are you actually Jewish?
Oh, yeah, I'm Jewish.
Jewish. Okay, cool. This might be an interesting perspective. I actually have a TV
Wait,
show.
hold on. Wait, what's your name?
Doesn't ask me. He doesn't care about me.
Your last name?
Montanez. I'm Puerto Rican and Jewish.
What? That's not a thing.
It's a thing.
It's why
What?
he's so funny.
It's an awesome
Yeah,
thing.
I'm saying you
Right.
gotta be one of the funniest people in the world. Puerto Rican and Jewish is my favorite combination of humors.
I guess I don't know if I'm the funniest guy in the world. I'm a
No,
silly
you
goofy
should
guy.
be. You're not there yet, but your
All right.
DNA is gonna make it so you are. Because Puerto Rican is in your face and loud, and Jewish is good writing and smart. That's a tremendous combination.
Yeah, Jesse, it's all your DNA, not your hard work, all those open mics
Nope.
you've been doing,
Fuck your
all the
work.
writing. It's just all your DNA.
Fuck that
buddy.
shit.
Yeah.
It's programmed like Gattaca.
So, I was saying, Jesse, we'll get to Gattaca in a minute, Pat. Don't worry. I know it's your favorite game. And Smokey, are you Christian? Jewish?
I'm Catholic.
Perfect.
It's fine.
You are ideal for this then. So I actually had a TV show. It was called 15 or 19. It was a game show on Nick at Night. Guys had to guess if girls were 15 or 19.
I remember that's a classic.
Yeah, that was a huge hit. And then they let me branch off into some sitcoms for the Nick at Night reboot. And the show I've been working on the most lately is called Rev-Tarded. And basically what it is it was a guy with Down syndrome who was raised Roman Catholic, went through the whole learning, turned 18 and went to the priest and was like, I want to go to the seminary. They tried to say no, but he was like, nope, anything's possible through God. God will make this possible. And they kind of had to let him in. And it's just the whole, like, he's in the seminary, all those anecdotes. Like, they have to go through things like, you know, you don't get to eat all the body of Christ. You have to share. The end of the first season, he gets to move on to year 2 because it turns out he's the only one who didn't molest any of the kids. And it's really a plot twist because when they had to explain no humping, they thought he was going to be the worst. Just kind of, you know, they're like, oh my God, he humps. But I was actually hoping you could help me come up with, they have this thing in your second year of seminary where you have to meet with other religions. So what would be like a fun anecdote he could go on learning from a rabbi about the Jewish faith?
Oh man. So a thing with Jews is that they don't actually believe God. It's weird. It's like we're all like wink wink nudge nudge, you know, like this is fake.
Oh, that's very interesting. I didn't know that at all.
Yeah. It's because to Jews the Bible is, they're like, don't take it literally. It's obviously metaphors, you idiot. And so maybe we can actually, we can make this we might change this, we might, convert this retarded into Judaism. You never know.
And that's, you really get the essence of the show because the beauty of it is he shows that just thinking about things simply, he does better than like the strict Orthodox church. And there would be something and be like, oh, I get it now. It's all just like a lesson. Like,
yeah, basically, yeah. Hell yeah.
There is one episode in the first season where he goes to a rally in Texas, an abortion rally, and like they're really getting in each other's faces, the two different sides. And he like speaks. He's like, on one hand, I probably should have been aborted. On the other hand, God gave me the right to be a priest. Why don't you get the right to choose your life? And it's a heartwarming thing. That's like the whole principle.
What Forrest Gump ass person is this? Why is he the greatest man ever?
Because the principle of the show, in essence, is really just if you act like a retarded person, you're really going to be a good person. Like, that's the end of the day. All the religions, if you just acted like on the whims of somebody with Down syndrome, like show love, show respect to everybody, like you would be probably the holiest person walking the earth today.
So we got a hand raise?
Yeah, okay, go ahead, Pat, sorry.
If he's going to turn Jewish in the second season, can we change the name from Rev-Tarded to Rebrew?
Hey. I love that.
Yes, we can.
Thank you. I'm done.
That's a great idea for a show. I like that.
Thank you, Smokey. The good news is Frank
and
heard
it is
it.
the truth.
The good news is Frank heard it and decided I'm going to go to HBO and pitch this without Bobby. And then I'm going to die and have Pat do the meeting instead of Bobby. Because
make it a cartoon.
Yeah, so that's where we're at right now.
Oh, fuck him and his duck sauce. What the hell? Sorry, that's just a call back to another show.
That's a great episode.
Oh, it's perfect. Bobby, he hasn't told me anything, but I have a feeling he's doing this as his ultimate last prank to piss you off.
Probably.
Do you think he's dying for real? Is he?
He's 80 years old.
He's going to outlive all of them.
Yeah, but he's in the hospital with like a heart thing too, and he had pneumonia for 2 weeks. I don't know.
Can I tell you what my last prank on Frank will be, since he doesn't watch this anyway when he's not on?
Never. He doesn't watch it when he is on.
I'm going to wait until they bury him and have his tombstone wherever they mark his body, and I'm going to add to the bottom, quote, "There was a time before pedophilia," end quote. Frank Mergala.
Yep. That's one of his greatest quotes ever. There was a time before pedophilia.
Yeah.
And he doesn't mean like in history, like in his lifetime.
Yeah, he was like, when I was like 10, that wasn't a thing.
Nope. No one molested kids back then. What are you talking about? They did it the most then. All right. Bobby, you know who doesn't molest kids?
Silk City hot sauce.
Never. They never do. You might like your sandwich to be tasty, but if you like kid balls in your mouth, no sauce for you. That is the rules. They don't.
Only rule.
It's not like they told us that was the rules. Jeff didn't say that's it, but he's never argued with us. Go ahead, Smokey.
No. I'm just agreeing with you. I'm making hands.
Well, you don't totally agree. Smokey is not only someone who's on a lot of podcasts, but she's on a bottle of one of the sauces as well.
Yeah, congratulations.
wow.
I'm against pedophilia.
No. And hate, by the way, I don't have to say that, but yes, Smokey hates pedophilia but loves hot sauce. What's the name of the sauce you're on?
Pull over before your asshole blows out.
Yes, that is the name of the sauce. So it's a long name, but it's a good sauce.
It's called pull over, and then the little Anyway.
You guys heard about that Drake hot sauce story?
No, don't bring Drake into this. This is not cool.
Okay, so this is a great fucking story. So Drake meets this girl at a concert. He takes her back to his hotel, and he fucks her with a condom on. So he goes into the bathroom and he throws the condom out. But he knows that this bitch is trying to get his nut. So he knows so he puts hot sauce into the condom. And so when this girl tries to put the semen in her, it like burns her pussy.
Oh my God, somebody would do that? Go back in the condom and try and shove that up their snatch?
Of course. You know how much money Drake is worth? Dude, I would be putting his cum in my ass hoping something would happen.
Oh God, no.
Are you kidding me?
But who told this story?
I don't know. It's just been online. Like apparently Drake puts hot sauce in his condoms after he comes.
Now, Jesse, I know this is your first time on the show, but that was actually the perfect story, so I'm going to set it up for you. Who was the POS in this story? Is it Drake for pouring hot sauce in the condom? Is it the prostitute for pouring it into her vagina trying to get pregnant? Or is it whoever told the story? Like, if it's you and you poured hot sauce in your vagina, don't tell that story. If it's your girl, don't tell that girl's story. Smokey, you're the only woman here. We'll kick it to you first. Who's the POS?
The piece of shit by far is the woman. You can put whatever the fuck you want in your used condom. Whatever the hell you want.
Your body, your choice. You know?
Pooping out anything and putting it's yours. That's your stuff. I have no business putting that in my body.
Jesse, you kind of started to give your opinion, and it seems to be the counter. Who's the piece of shit in the story?
It's hard to say, honestly. Because obviously the woman is a piece of shit because she's trying to get some money out of Drake. But also, Drake, if you were a real man, you would have just eaten the cum. And we would have never been in this problem in the first place. So you tortured this lady for no reason. Or you were either flavoring your own cum for later. And for that reason, they're both the piece of shit.
Ooh, I like
that.
Twist.
I like
He's
it.
right.
Pat, who's the piece of shit?
It's the person that told the story. This didn't happen. Drake's gay. There's no way he fucked a woman. We all know Drake is gay as shit. And I think Drake only fucks people that looks like Drake. I think that's all Drake fucks is people that look just like it. Even if it's a woman, it has to look like Drake for Drake to fuck it so they can pose together in that one meme where it's the yellow background when he's like this. That's all he does when he fucks. But the person who told the story, people are getting bad at urban legends. Remember great urban legends like when Richard Gere had a gerbil in his ass? That was a tremendous urban legend that everyone knew. And even Richard Gere one day had to find out, be like, I had a gerbil in my ass? Like, how did it not hurt me? And they're like, you declawed it. He's like, what the fuck? Why would I have a gerbil in my ass? I have millions of dollars. I could buy any creature to put in there. Just that story, I don't know if it makes Drake cool or an asshole or both. Because in one way, like you're saying, it does make him kind of like, all right, he knows this girl's trying to get him, so he does some weird prank. He doesn't have to pay her off. It's a weird thing, but he's also fucking really thirsty, hungry women who are chasing after their cum. It's like blast it in her face, and then take a picture and say, if you use any of this, it's mine and it's my evidence. Do that one. Put it up there on Instagram. But I think it's a fake story anyway, so it's whoever made it up.
Interesting.
I think it's a true story.
I do too.
I have a good friend who was in a relationship with a girl who he was just no longer sexually attracted to, but maybe mentally realized this is as good as we're both going to do. So he would fake orgasm, and the girl would get suspicious because it's very hard apparently to pull off a fake orgasm as a guy, and then he would have to get creative and like spit in the condom or throw some hand soap in there so it looked like there was semen in the condom because she would go through the trash because
Jesus
mental
Christ.
health issues were all around. So I'm
I
gonna
mean,
say, I'm gonna say.
How do you fake coming?
It's just
How do you make
move
your?
on.
You know when your dick starts like doing that, like it starts barfing.
Yeah.
You know, it starts like.
Can't
I'm
fake
pretty
that.
sure the lady can feel that. There's
Yes.
no way you can fake that.
But you know how you like.
I faked it.
According to this guy, who's actually not Pat. I didn't realize Pat and this fellow shared this unique experience. You know how you can kind of flex your dick a little bit, like make it
Yeah.
wiggle some. Apparently,
Pat has
even-
high level dick control.
Yes.
Apparently,
Takes from years of being alone.
the fellow I talked to
I
would,
went up to the mountains and I trained it.
Years of edging.
No, I mean I just said I came and then quickly when the person was facing the other way because I didn't want to, just done. I was bored. I just said I did and I grabbed a towel. I pretended I pulled out. I grabbed a towel, wiped her back like I was taking something off it, and threw the towel down.
the fellow I talked to would like do that thing where you flex your dick and then do a calf raise at the same time. So like he would slam when it
Too
went
much
down.
work.
He said it
I
worked
just
out
went
pretty well.
ugh. There.
Jesse,
That's it.
how would you fake an orgasm if you had to?
Dude, I've never faked an orgasm in my life. Honestly, if a
You're
girl
young.
doesn't make me come, I literally just be like, well, you fucked up. This was such an easy job.
You fucked up, bitch. You fucked up.
You know how easy it is to make a dude come, and you couldn't do it. That's your fault. That's not me. You fucked up.
Smokey, have you ever faked an orgasm or had someone
No.
you thought faked it on you?
No, it's like Jesse says, if it's just not going down, I don't know, whiskey dick or something. Not me, obviously the guy. I'm a dick. You just, but I'm old too. Like I'm 38, so I'm past the age of fucking pretending shit. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. You just move on to the next person. But I've never faked that. I can't. I'm not an actress. I don't understand how women can do that. And hats off to them. I can't. I'm just not that nice.
Do you know?
I mean, I'm not mad at anybody. I just go, it didn't work.
Not
Sorry.
today.
Not today.
Do you
Yeah.
know if you had just revealed you actually had a dick, how many of your fans would probably kill themselves tonight? Like they would be like, "No, she got me."
That would have been amazing content. I missed that one. Shit.
We might have actually got more fans that way, honestly.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
different fans. That would have touched different hearts. Yeah.
Net
Yeah,
gain.
it's a smaller crowd, but it's more hardcore.
Yeah.
You know, like people
Yeah,
who like
legit.
their trans women, they love that shit.
I don't have fans anyway, by the way. I don't. I have bored people that follow me, I think.
Oh, I don't know. I think you have high quality fans. At least here at the
No.
POS show you do.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm reading several stories about Drake and hot socks and condoms right now. And
God.
by the way, there's 4 or 5 of them. I guess he's done this a bunch, but there's one Instagram model that they won't give her name, and that's the part where I'm like, is it real? But yeah, exactly how Jesse said it is deadly. Except for the fact that she went into the garbage can to fish it out in this story, poured it in herself. It was like lava hot. It was burning, and then Drake ran out to go, "What's wrong?" And then she goes, my pussy's burning." He's like, "You must have put the semen in you. I did that to kill it off. That's why I do it." And then, of course, the writer put, he must take Frank's Red Hot literally because he puts that shit on everything. Like, all right, you don't have to write a bit in the middle of this fucking thing.
Do you think do you think that's what Taylor Swift was talking about with her lyric, "You tell me if the high's worth the pain"? She was trying to have Drake's kid, and he poured hot sauce in the condom, and she was like, "This could be the world's greatest high, but it hurts a lot."
Yes, I think it's exactly what she was talking about in that lyric that nobody knows but you.
She tasted it after. What hot sauce is this? And she looked at
Yes.
them.
Well, Taylor
They
Swift
bottle
is,
it.
Taylor Swift is America's sweetheart, so educate yourselves, Jesse and Pat and Smokey, if you want to be like a real.
Not anymore.
being of
That
the
was
world.
years ago. She's not America's sweetheart anymore.
And-
Taylor is. I don't listen to her music because I'm not gay, but I know who she is.
There you go, Bobby. Way to
Is-
be gay.
Is
That's
Taylor Swift a
Victoria's
gay
Secret.
icon?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Yeah, she's like the Barbara Streisand of this time.
Taylor
I
Swift.
think Taylor Swift is more of like a depressed girl, like music, you know?
How dare you? She's also empowering.
Yeah, that's what depressed girls need. That's
No.
why they listen
These are
to Taylor
confident
Swift.
women who don't need men or no genders or whatever.
Listen,
Yeah,
And
but
then
that's why
write
they
their
keep
songs
saying it.
about men
That's why they
writing
keep
them.
repeating it.
Because they're so sad.
They're so sad. But her Victoria's Secret shows, when she would pretend to sing anyways, were great. I love Victoria's Secret, or I used to. Not anymore, it's changed. But she did great Victoria's Secret shows, and that's how I know who Taylor Swift is.
Yeah, Victoria's Secret used to be awesome, and now every woman that's on the show looks like a fucking linebacker. It's
I
so
feel like I
disappointing.
could be a model. Yeah, and that's
And now it's
sad.
like Victoria's Sea Cow.
Well, I
yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah, they just come out in I formation and fucking and run it on 3rd and 5 every time.
No, it's pandering. It's really sad.
They all just come out and give their college they played for and their name and position.
Yeah.
I can explain Taylor Swift to all you guys, though, because she grew up like 30 minutes up the road from me. So what Taylor Swift is basically she's a girl from central Pennsylvania who was like, I'm sad because I'm not famous and I live in central Pennsylvania. And then she got famous and doesn't live in central Pennsylvania. And she's like, oh, I'm still sad. Maybe I'm just a cunt. And that's like a central Pennsylvania archetype. The girl who's like, oh, I'd be better if I could get out of here. And then it's like, really? Because you just moved to Lancaster and still work at the same dead-end job. You don't have an anchor on you. Just move out and do something.
Wait, so
Oh, yeah,
she's
I'm not-
not Southern?
Okay,
But
no,
she
it's not
did
so.
country music to start with, didn't she? Doesn't she have like a country album?
Yeah,
No.
to be
Yeah,
fair,
because that's where white people go first.
Central Pennsylvania is basically Pennsyltucky. Like, I grew up in Memphis and moved here when I was 13. Didn't meet a racist until I moved to Central Pennsylvania.
Okay.
All right,
It's
Bobby,
bad.
just to be clear, though, my issue wasn't with that Taylor Swift isn't talented or great. She's just no longer America's sweetheart.
Well, I mean, it's teenager music. a little
It's
bit.
Olivia Rodrigo now. Hello. That's our new Taylor Swift.
And it's now
The
she's doing the
driver's
the
license.
Victoria's
It's one of the biggest songs there is. She's driving her car and she sees the house and she's mad because her boyfriend used to be in that house and now she's with someone else and she's her driver's license and she's like, why can I see this guy? All her songs are like Taylor Swift to another psycho level.
Well,
And I have to listen to them. And the
That's-
job I have, the job I work, they play Olivia Rodrigo every day, 400 of her songs while I'm in retail listening to the same fucking song. So I know all the words.
Listen, Olivia Rodrigo wears short skirts. I wear T-shirts, okay?
No,
She's
don't you
here
Taylor Swift me
adapting.
right now.
And I'm on the bleachers. Just dream about that day when you wake up and find that what you've been
Preach.
looking for is here.
Oh,
the
I also
whole
like
time.
that Bobby was looking at the screen to pretend like he was reading, but there's nothing on the screen. Bobby knew that verbatim.
Can't you see that I'm... Anyway, all right.
I do have gay fans. That's amazing. Thank you, Bobby.
You're welcome.
Bobby was trying to tell you.
That is mine and Gino's brand. Gay.
I know Gino's gay music better though. His
He's the
Sarah
classics.
McLachlan,
Bobby's the new standards.
Yeah. Gino's more 80s, so it's I'm a little older, I guess.
Makes sense.
So-
Pat, you want to do a story?
Yes, I do. Man claims his penis shrank 1.5 inches because of COVID. He has COVID dick and he says it's real. All right, where is he there? My penis is shrunk, lamented a guy to the How to Do It podcast. He said that he was a heterosexual male in his 30s. He won't say his name. He only calls himself coming up short, which is fucking bullshit. In July of last year, I contracted COVID and was very sick. When I got out of the hospital, I had some erectile dysfunction issues, he added. Then all of a sudden, the once well-endowed man went on to explain that prior to his diagnosis, he boasted an above-average sized tool. But much to his chagrin, his formerly impressive privates have since lost their luster. Basically, he's lost about 2 inches. Before he got sick, it was above average. It wasn't huge, but it was bigger than normal. And now I've lost about 1.5 inches and become decidedly less than average. He claimed that a medical advisor attributed his pecker problems, this article's awful, to vascular damage caused by COVID. It was warned that the impairment was likely permanent. He will not grow back at all. It shouldn't really matter, the man wrote, but it has profound impact on my self-confidence, my abilities in bed. I know you can't give me back my missing length and girth, but I was wondering if you could give me any advice on what to do now. And the dude's response, desperate plea, was for penis help. Dr. Charles Welliver, a urologist and director of men's health, confirmed that the rare but real havoc COVID can wreak on a man's unmentionables. You can connect the dots, the physician said. It can definitely hurt your dingling. I don't know why. This article is written awful, by the way. The word dingling is in an article. But
written by Taylor Swift.
It might be. She's doing fun words. So the doctor went on to cite studies that have shown cases of men who've suffered from priapism, the persistent erection prompted sexual arousal, and erectile dysfunction after contracting COVID. So they're saying that COVID definitely can lead to that because some of the wears and tears on it could lead to some people shrunken penis. Who's the piece of shit in the story? Is the guy noticing his dick shrunk an inch and a half, which means he's measuring it all the fucking time, and then going on a podcast for fucking help? Is it the podcast for taking this guy and not getting his real name? Fuck you. I'm tired of this. Drake Horror and this guy, give me your real names. If you're going to lie well. Is it a doctor who, for coming out and saying this and then going into an article going, yeah, I'm a doctor and this guy's dick is small, but yeah, I'll talk about it. What happened to HIPAA violations? I don't care. No, you guys don't care. But here, we're not supposed to talk about people's medical shit. Or is it COVID for not killing Betty White? Other things did, but killed this guy's dick. That's bullshit. You know what? Jesse, you go first.
I think it's this guy because he's obviously lying. There's no way. I'm calling it. Your dick was small.
Yep.
Your dick was always small, and now there's no way that you lose any dick length. I mean, medically it doesn't make sense. This is dumb. This guy's just mad because he has a small. This is like the Nicki Minaj story where the guy's balls like blew up or something from COVID.
Yes.
Everyone's been blaming everything on COVID now, and it's really annoying. Whereas it's just like there's every fucking problem now is COVID, and it's like, no, I think you just have a small dick, and it's okay, man. Just learn to eat pussy like the rest of us.
But what if he loses his tongue because of COVID? Then he can't eat pussy anymore. You're right. It's a lie. Nobody to notice an inch and a half. Obviously, you weren't rocking a ton anyway, even if you were. Dude, it's cold. I know it's COVID, whatever it is. Or the guys, or you're just getting older, or maybe you shaved. Whatever it is, it's not COVID. The fact that a doctor would even blame that is putting the COVID stats up higher. If this guy has COVID, look at his dick. It's fucking insane. Oh, by the way, another person we can put up for POS is Asia Grace, the person who wrote this article, because she's been the new Ben Cost, by the way, Bobby. If you know, but Asia's written some horrible shit lately. So, Smokey, who's the piece of shit?
I have a question. When he loses an inch and a half, it's just when he's jacked. So he's not jacking as much. Is that it? Or literally just.
I would assume this means when fully aroused, he's an inch and a half shorter. Because, yeah.
Yeah,
but
so
also,
he's just not, at worst or at best, just not getting as hard as he used to.
Yes.
So, anyways, he's the piece of shit. He's just has a small dick, like Jesse says. Just whip cream it up and eat it up. I don't know.
I think what happened is some girl was like, "This looks small." He goes, "It used to be bigger before COVID." Like, and then he just went with that.
This is my post-COVID dick.
Yes.
And if you really had a big dick, you can lose an inch and a half.
Yeah.
If you actually had one, you could lose an inch and a half and not even fucking like lose an inch of sleep, not a night's sleep.
Spoken like a guy who's packing a snuffle up in his trunk.
Yeah.
I'm very normal, but if I would definitely notice if I lost an inch and a half, because that would be devastating to me.
Now, if you lost an inch and a half, would you call into a medical podcast to ask them why?
I mean, I might search the world, honestly. If I did lose an inch and a half, I would be like Dr. Strange when he lost his hands. Just be going to Tibetan monks, be like, "Can you fix me, please?"
Just start climbing mountains, looking for gurus, do whatever you can.
If you lose an inch and a half off your dick, you have to become like a monk or do some sort of meditation. That's the only thing that's going to fix it. You have to meditate to get your dick so hard that it comes back. It's the only way.
summon back the demon.
I would hate that guy's YouTube videos where every day he's just showing you his dick wiggling through his meditation process. Bobby.
Okay. Does anybody believe that this didn't start in a Chinese lab and isn't a Chinese bioweapon now? It's making your dick small. I'm just saying.
Oh, that's a good point.
Also, in the infamous words of Ron Bennington, don't take advice from some asshole. Don't take medical advice from some asshole on the radio. Like, don't take your medical problems there. Yes, Dr. Steve and Weird Medicine, I would accept. If he was like, I went to Weird Medicine because that's what Dr. Steve does. He's the guy who's, yeah, but he actually does the research. He's not like these morons on, like, the doctors on television. Like, he finds peer-reviewed studies. He actually gets the information. So it's the guy for calling a stupid podcast and not Weird Medicine. Shout out Dr. Steve.
So it's the guy.
Hell yeah, dude.
That is the guy he called?
No, I'm saying, but that's the guy. No, it wasn't Dr. Steve.
Oh, I was gonna say.
I said his name before, whatever it was. It's Asia Grace. It's the reporter. Because this shouldn't be a story in the New York fucking Post. Okay, I know the Post sucks, and I know that's the paper we use 90% of the time for these stories because they got shit stories. But this is not even a story. Some guy they won't name called some podcast they won't name to say COVID hurt his dick. It's nothing but a scare tactic fucking story because the girl had nothing to fucking write. What would be funny? Let's just say men lose their dick size. They don't say his color, but you know it's supposed to be a white guy because if it wasn't, it would be an attack on Black Lives Matter or it would be something against the Asians. It's definitely, white guy loses cock during COVID. See, that's bad for you. It's just some lady being mad because her name is Asia and she's the most Chinese ever because her name's Asia and she's upset at all this. It's a dumb fake thing. She wrote ding-a-ling in a goddamn, she's a paid journalist and she wrote ding-a-ling in a fucking thing and she didn't use the little dashes in between. She wrote it like it was one word or maybe your sister's name because her name's Asia and maybe her Chinese sister's name is ding-a-ling. I don't fucking know, but it's bullshit. I can't even be fucking real at all. So I can't even say it's any of the people in it. It's got to be fucking Asia. And that's it. Bobby, you got any other stories? You want to do one more and get out of here? What do you want to do?
Sure, I'll do one more.
Oh, I got one unless you don't got one. I got plenty.
No. I've got, this is less of a story. It's just something I kind of want to talk about. Are you cool with that?
Yes.
So I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I've been seeing something going around Facebook. And it goes kind of something like this. It's a random person posting, and it says, I'm looking for people to participate in a huge book exchange. You can be anywhere in the world. All you have to do is buy your favorite book, in parentheses, just one, and send it to a stranger. I'll send their details in private message. You'll receive roughly 36 books back to you to keep. They'll be books from strangers around the world. An easy option is to order your book off of Amazon and have it sent directly to your person. This should be fun! Exclamation point. This is a pyramid scheme. Like, this is the definition of a Ponzi scheme. They're gonna run out of books eventually. The first few people in, yeah, you're gonna get a fuck ton of books. The rest of you guys are gonna be fucked in the end. It is a terrible option. It would be like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good real world example. It'd be like, if you started selling like fake weed, right? And then every person you got to use your fake weed shop could also set up their own fake weed shop. And then you would make some money on the fake weed, and then you would make money on anything that other people bought through their stores. And then you would have a passive income in theory, but really all you're doing is mooching off of your friends. And then maybe you could like get it advertised for on a podcast, and you'd have a passive income and free time to hate on the East Side Dave show, goddammit.
What, Max shared this?
No. I was just comparing his CBD business to the scam that is sending books out in the mail.
Remember when I used to make fun of it and you defended him? Remember that time?
I do. Sometimes you're right, Pat. When you're right, you're right.
I remember these chain letters. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
Please go.
No. Go.
Okay. I remember these chain letters. This is a chain letter, and it started, which is probably a scam back in the day too. I remember being young and my grandmother getting these chain letters where these doily makers and stuff like that, knitters, and would send along. You would get it at the post office. Somebody would send you a mail, a letter, and give you different addresses, and then you were supposed to send along, let's say, a pair of slippers to this many people or to this person. And in the end, you would get 6, 7, 10, whatever pairs of slippers. This has been going on for centuries. This scam. At first, like when I found out about it, it was just slave labor. It's just grandmothers knitting it.
Ah,
Now
yes,
it's people buying
slavery, the
shit.
first pyramid scheme.
You know
Yes.
what I mean?
They
Quite
built the first
literally.
pyramids. So it's like,
Of course. So back in the day, it was just people that were like bored, I guess, and that's where this started from. Anyways,
It did get me thinking,
so yes, it's the fucking scheme.
what is the best scam you've ever pulled off? Pat, we'll go to you first, you shifty
well,
Irish
I don't
bastard.
have a scam. I have a real question, and I'm going to sound like an idiot, I guess, but
Go
I've
ahead.
never thought about this. Why is it called a pyramid scheme? Is it because we trick people to building pyramids?
It's
No, I
because
know
the
what it
sun
is, but where does that term come from where it became that? It has to come from somewhere. I understand that the chart comes that way.
Yeah, I
But
think
Okay.
that's
To
where
call it
comes
a
from.
pyramid scheme, someone got pyramids built in Egypt and they tricked other motherfuckers to build it for them. Is that where the term comes from, pyramid scheme?
No,
probably, yeah.
the term comes from, it was called a triangle scheme, and too many people were pissed off that they got fooled by a triangle scheme, and they're like, all right, we'll call it a pyramid so it sounds more sophisticated.
Oh, that makes sense.
Jesse, how about you? You ever pull off a scam?
Well, I don't know if you've ever heard of this thing called modern banking us Jews have made. It's a pretty smooth scam we got going. Also, the weather.
That's the weather, yeah.
Jews
You
were
got
real
the
good at
weather.
schemes.
God damn.
You know, we run a good scam. What can I say? You know, it's just us and the Italians. No one's even close.
That's hilarious. I thought I had a good scam until I heard what you did, and now I don't have a good scam anymore. In college, I took a microbiology class, and the final project was Penn State competed against all these other Big Ten schools, and you basically like had to go look up a bacteria and classify it, like by what type it was, and then cite the study you used to classify it. And like our teacher wasn't super focused on it. It was like a weird class you had to take. It was an elective within the microbiology major. So we were getting killed, and nobody really cared until Michigan State made a video that was like talking shit directly about us, because this was like at the time of the Sandusky scandal, and it was like, oh, you two guys too busy molesting kids to focus on and like they went hard, like way harder than a college sanctioned thing should go. And so we had that, but the thing was, within this class there were a lot of microbiology majors, and then there were a lot of computer engineers or comp sci majors.
Yeah.
So we basically wrote a program in, because they gave points for anything you filled out. They gave more if it was right, but if you just filled it out, it would give you points. So we made a computer program that would autofill just anything, and we racked up like 1 million in a day, and to the point where they had to restructure the whole program the next year because we won by so much.
Are you a genius?
Oh, I didn't.
Are you like a fucking this undercover genius that I didn't know about?
It was like
Yeah, he's a technician.
I didn't write the program. It was like just a group of us sitting around pissed at the video, like, man, I bet if we did this and we could just enter it fake, and then somebody was like, I bet we could write a and then it all just, everybody kind of did their part. It was truly the opposite of the group experience you hear in college, which is one person like, I'm going to just do all the work and everybody else fucking off. It was like, no, we have one unified enemy, Michigan State.
You're obviously a genius, because when I got pissed, I would just call someone gay and then throw a rock.
Yeah,
at them.
exactly.
I didn't do any of
Exactly.
that stuff.
Classic, yeah.
Yeah.
If you were a real microbiologist, you would have started growing children and then raised them to say that the Michigan State people had raped them.
You would have molested the ones you grew.
Exactly.
I
That's a
love
real
it.
scam. That's, you know what? I might get my Jewish buddies on that. Actually, we already have that. It's called Epstein.
I was gonna say, you know what? There is a pretty good scam. It's where you get all the politicians of the world to fuck children, and you record it
Yeah.
on an island.
I totally forgot about that. That's a great scam we got. That's a
But the
fantastic
scam
scam.
that us Catholics have is that one where we can just take molesters and move them around to different churches. So we've got a good scam too. So
Oh, yeah. You guys got your own whorehouse, basically.
yeah, but for young hot boys, not for weird ladies that nobody likes, just young
Okay.
boys.
Listen,
Girls
Yeah.
are weird.
it's called the stable because it's one rider, lots of horses, not a whorehouse. Okay,
That's true. There's one big dog.
exactly.
There can only be one big dog at the top.
Smokey, what have you done scam wise?
I don't have to scam people. I'm a girl, so I've sold my underwear before. I just
That's a
make money.
scam, though. Was it always your underwear?
Yes, it was. It
Okay.
was. The only thing I was like, there's some on these fetish sites. There's a lot of people that will accept to wear them for like 2-3 days or something. I wouldn't even wear them for 24 hours. Like I got a fucking shower.
Dude.
I can't do that. I can't commit to that bit. But I was always honest about it. But you
If I
send
had
a
a
few
coochie, man.
pictures of you wearing them, and they buy it anyways. It's fine.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
I
Why?
don't know why anybody wants that.
Yeah.
I
Why?
wouldn't.
What are you doing with it?
It's just wearing them. I go to work, wear
No,
them.
not you. Them when they buy
Oh,
it. What are
them.
they?
You smell it.
And then you
You've
jerk
never
off.
smelled a girl's
not my
panties?
business. I mean, I'm flattered. I just
Come
don't know
on,
why.
don't tell me you're not a real pervert. Come on, you've never smelled a girl's panties before.
It's known on the
That's
spot.
how I
I'm
feel.
not. I'm an exact opposite. I'm very vanilla. So no, I did. This stuff all freaks me out. It's
Oh,
like,
Pat wouldn't buy mine.
Dude,
I tried.
no.
Pat,
buy them. I don't understand that logic. I would rather earn the fact that I get to meet the person and maybe go underneath the panties myself, not buy
Yeah.
them and just not. They're not a human being.
Pat literally grew
I think
up
they
in
were
the.
happy they were helping me through college. So it was okay.
Yeah, no, I get why you did it, and it's smart to take advantage of a market that has that. Very smart. I believe in all the OnlyFans stuff.
That's what it is, basically.
Yeah, make the money when you can, but I just don't get who's spending. I'm too poor to buy people's panties.
I
Pat-
know. Yeah.
Pat's pretending like he doesn't get it, but he literally grew up in the area where that was the punchline to every comedy movie was guys raiding to steal girls' panties and smell them. It's like I don't know what
Yeah,
that's all about. It's like
You know what? You know what's funny though, Bobby? They would steal them, and I literally, when I got older, asked a friend, "What do they do once they steal them?" And I got made fun of because I really had no fucking clue. I'm like, what do they just give them to their mom? Like, they give them to their mom. What do they do with all these panties?
well, this
Have
episode.
you heard that girl from 90 Day Fiance? She started selling her farts online.
Yes, I was on a radio show where we talked about it. Yeah, she got like $38,000 for
Yeah.
a fart in a jar.
I couldn't.
Dude,
I'd
if-
kill someone with mine.
That's
How do you
are
jar
kidding?
it? How do you jar it?
I mean, have you ever
I'll
farted
try
in a
it.
car and then closed it and then came back?
But I never had to sell the car for money afterwards.
I mean, it's not 100%
No,
fart.
I walk in my car sometimes.
Bobby, how much percentage of fart is it?
I would say probably 60%. You got to think gas
What's-
likes to dissipate and fill a room.
Yeah. So it's like an old fart that's like when you fart on the couch and you're playing, I don't know, Nintendo games or something, and then you get up and it's like old stale fart that you smell. Like that.
Yeah, but why would you want to
Yeah.
open? When you buy her fart, do you open it and huff?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, for sure.
Why?
Well,
What are you doing? You're not jerking off to that, are you? The farts?
Some people are.
The
Not me.
farts.
I don't judge.
It's just no one's gas is hot. I mean, it's hot, but you know what I mean? Like no one's. It's the inside of a human. What they
Yeah, but-
eat.
with
You
the
got this
rejecting
bitch's
the body.
fart. You have a piece of her
Don't
with
do
you.
this and say that.
You
No,
have her stinky fart.
no,
with you,
not
dude.
this.
It's with
Like-
you. Can you imagine it?
What
Dude,
the?
the
That's
real-
not. There's nothing sexual about a fart.
Here's what horrifies me. Like we had a former guest on this show. What was her name? Jessa Rain.
Yes.
And I saw her post recently that she's wearing week-old socks. Or she's selling
Okay, yeah.
week-old socks. But you
Yep.
know you're just getting her big dick boyfriend wore those socks for like a day. Like what's his name? You know his name, Pat. You know who I'm talking
Connor
about?
Cox.
Yeah, Connor Cox. Dude's got like a 14-inch cock. You know it's just him wearing that. I want to know what dude was farting in these jars that you're smelling. Like you're just smelling somebody who looks like, I don't know, Chris
Yeah,
Farley's
king ass
farts.
ripper.
Yeah.
You've just got a
Really?
sweatshop full of Korean kids farting in jars, fucking not getting paid.
Keep feeding them Taco Bell or something.
That's it. What a fucking dumb. People are dumb. I'll never get mad at the person for selling. Smokey,
That's
you're smart to
okay.
do it. Ladies farting in a jar. If people are gonna pay, I get it. But the fact that someone is paying for it that allows this to happen is insane.
And capitalism. I'll tell you what, this podcast has been more fun than a fart in a jar. Thank you so much for being on, Jesse and Smokey. I would like to address one thing before we let you guys plug. Smokey earlier said she wished Mike Ward was here. So do we. We would love Mike Ward on the POS show. Yeah, reach out.
Oh yeah, my God, in a heartbeat. I don't know if we can get my.
Smokey, tell the people where to find you. Plug what you want. I don't know what you want to put out there, what you don't. You know our fans.
I have nothing to plug. I do nothing. I'm nobody. It's at Smokey Brooks on Twitter. I don't remember what my getter is. It doesn't matter. I don't know.
Smokey's a good
And
egg.
buy the butthole sauce with their picture on it.
Yep.
Oh, Silk City hot sauce. That's what I want to plug.
And if they were
Delicious.
gonna do that, Pat,
And
how
he's
could
a good
they?
guy, family guy. I love it.
How could they?
Yeah, he's awesome.
How could they save 15% if they wanted to buy Silk City hot sauce? Because I don't think we said it, Pat.
No, use the promo code POS, Bobby. I think you should
As
know
in-
by now.
Please, oh my God, stop farting into a jar.
Yes, exactly.
Jesse, besides slowly taking over New York City, what do you got going on, man?
Well, tomorrow I'm on Comedy Fight Club, so wish me luck. That'll be the 14th.
Nice.
I'm battling Dan Caprio for the King of New Jersey.
I feel sorry for
hopefully-
Dan.
I feel you never know. You know, Dan is such an autistic guy. It's hard to hit him. You know,
Yeah.
so
Those are tough ones to battle.
it's gonna be a tough battle. But I'm everywhere on social media at Jesse M Comic, any place, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, wherever you got social media, I'm on there. I got a killer podcast called Diablo Radio with Pedro Garcia. We have a episode coming out every week. We post clips on both of our social media, so you can follow me and you'll see that right there.
I know I said this at the beginning, and you guys might have thought it was a joke. I do believe Jesse is the next big thing coming out of New Jersey. Check him out now before he's too famous. My favorite thing about seeing Jesse perform is he actually has fun the whole time. You could tell he's more there to make sure everybody's having fun than he is to like.
That's called not writing jokes, baby. That's called not writing jokes, baby. That's called doing crowd work.
It's just being funnier than anybody else. Just being yourself, man. I thank you for coming on, both of you guys. Smokey, you're always the shit. Jesse, thanks for giving us some of your time.
Thank you, man.
Pat, you want to plug?
No, Bobby, you go right ahead.
You sure? I didn't mean to steal your thunder.
No, there's no thunder stealing. You can plug your fun things.
Cool. Check out the Eastside Dave Show with Roy Harder every Tuesday at 7:30 on Compound Media. While you're there, check out the Christmas specials we did. How Could You Forget 2021 and A Very Bobby Christmas. They were a lot of fun. Have a lot of your favorite people on. Be on the lookout for something new coming. I'll be in Queens tomorrow night if you want to see me and Gino. And then I'll be at Scotty's at the end of the month. Please come to that one. We could use some people there. It would be a lot of fun. It's me, Gino, always a good time there. He likes to get hammered afterwards. I usually give him a ride. A lot of fun. Check that out. And be on the lookout. I got something new in the works. I'll let you guys know more later.
I'm not plugging anything myself. I'm going to help someone else out. If you can find Matt Mead anywhere on social media, he's doing great things with Secret Show Comedy, and he's got a GoFundMe thing to get a permanent club, a place to do comedy in New York. He was helping out so many comics, so many people during COVID, putting on these secret shows that grew into this huge thing that's been awesome. And he just needs some money so he can help out more comics. And he's a dude that's a lover of comedy. Also on the same jar as I think he's also on there with of this hot sauce with Smokey. And he's just a great dude who's trying to make things happen. So go find there. If not, I'll put it up on our social media as well. There's thing for the GoFundMe. Any little bit you can give. They just want to be able to put a permanent club to help more people out. The more comedy, the better. So help them out. Jesse, Smokey, thank you guys so much for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Thank you,
Bobby.
Ew.
If you can't join them, beat them. And remember, don't be a piece of shit.